before the game started,
Mm.
everybody across social media, we all were saying that this was going to be the Ballon d'Or decider. It was not because of anything, but Ousmane Dembele and Lamine Yamal were going to go up against each other. It
Mm.
had to be that kind of game where we look at it and say, okay, who is the better player really? And this game really showed a lot. It revealed so much to me.
What did you
Made
reveal
a
to
lot
you?
of sense in
Who
my head.
the Ballon d'Or winner is?
Number one, Lamine Yamal, without a doubt,
Is better than Dembele.
is the best player in the world right now.
He is.
He actually is. No player comes close. And to be honest, if Lamine Yamal gets the Ballon d'Or, I will not be gutted. I will
Not
not
be
feel bad.
surprised.
Although I want Mo Salah to get the Ballon d'Or, when I look at it right now, he's
Mo
not in the
Salah is
running.
not getting Ballon d'Or. Just remove your mind from there.
No, obviously, there is that feeling of like, yeah, I would want him to because he had a great season. But
He's
as
not.
a fan of him, but
Mm.
realistically, like you said, he's not.
The best he'll get is third. Can't
I
get
don't
better.
I don't even think he will get third. I don't even think he will get third.
There are more
But
people that are even
this
behind.
match really showed a lot. And I
Yeah.
want to highlight some players that stood out to me in the game. First off, obviously,
So you
Lamine
watched
Yamal.
the full game.
I watched majority of the game.
Okay.
First off, Lamine Yamal stood up.
Mm-hmm.
Two stood out in the game, 2 goals in the game,
Yeah.
scored a penalty,
Mm-hmm.
great penalty, also scored a really nice goal. Another player that stood out to me, Cherky, Ryan Cherky. He
Right,
scored today,
shaking.
and also assisted Kolomwani.
Mm-hmm.
Before this game, there were reports coming out of Real Madrid that they
Huh?
want Ryan Cherky
Because it's just 25 million.
in their midfield,
Mm-hmm.
right? And today's game, I kind of saw why. He's somebody that's like can give you those assists you need and also
Some,
can score.
yeah. Sorry to cut you short. Sometimes when I look at Sheki, he has that feel of like an underrated Hazard. He's not as good as Hazard, but it
Mhm,
feels like if he really pushes more,
mhm.
gives like that next level, 3 more steps, he
Yeah,
can be as good as Hazard
of
because he's
course.
really talented, right? He's quick with the ball, he takes care of the ball. It's just there's just that final, there's still some elements of rawness in him,
Yeah, but
right? So
looking at him play today, I was like, I see why. I see why he's on the list. I see why people are interested in him, or
yeah.
more specifically, Real Madrid are interested in him. But also, let's talk about Ousmane Dembele and his finishing ability. He had so many chances, maybe 3 or so
Yeah,
chances to score. He did not score.
he did not score. He's
And believe
not.
it or not, oh, big up, big up, big up. Yeah, Lamine is incredible, bro. He's incredible. He's crazy.
Yeah.
I was just saying he's the best player in the world right now. And if he wins this Ballon d'Or, I
No,
will not.
no one will be angry if he wins it.
Nobody will feel like he does
Yeah,
not deserve it
yeah,
because I'm yet to see a game that Lamine does not stand out
yeah,
in.
yeah. He's really good.
Yes,
Yeah,
it feels like it
exactly,
definitely
exactly. You
feels
got it.
like
It's like Messi, a form of like a reincarnation of Messi. Do you get something we've been waiting for? Is here with us.
not just reincarnation of Messi, but it feels like
Yeah.
somebody that can easily get to that level that Messi
Even
and
sup,
Ronaldo got to
hello Doctors. Even surpass Messi.
because he's younger.
Yeah,
But it depends on how his career goes. But doing this at such a young age,
and the
17 years
confidence
old,
he has.
and the confidence he
Yeah,
has to do it too. People say before every game, he's always like risking his aura. He's always talking, yeah, well, I'm not scared. He talks a big game. He talks a big, no. He actually talks
he
a big
talks
game.
a big game and he does the big things.
But when he gets to that pitch,
Yeah,
mm-mm, he takes a lot. Right now, it takes a lot to stop Lamine Yamal.
yeah.
Looking at Hernandez drag him, I watched when I was watching the game, I saw how like Lamine was making a run, and Hernandez had to just pull him down. I was like,
There was no choice.
there was no choice because he knows if you beat
he
me, there's a
was he
chance.
was cooked.
If you
He
beat me,
was
there's a chance that he might score
he was
or
cooked.
give a pass that will
I
lead
just
to a
feel like
goal.
Hernandez was the most, maybe it's just me the way I look at it. He was just so frustrated today.
Mm,
He was on the left, right?
mhm.
If I'm right, he was on the left. You see, bro leaves football just like flat football.
Just
Go
play
home.
football, go home, sleep, change
Yeah,
hairstyle, back
then
to football.
but
He just is as
that's his
exactly
life. That's
exactly
his
he's like
life. That's
he's
his
just
life.
all football, man. All
Yeah, that's his life.
he's living the dream of in fact all 17-year-olds that love football. He's living their dream. There's no need to go
Getting
to
paid
school.
to do what he loves.
There's no need to go to school anymore. There's no
School
need
what?
for college. There's no need for anything.
School
Just
what?
wake up, play, train, change the hairstyle you want, train, press conference, train. That's it. Really, 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 really amazing game. Wow.
Yeah.
But as the game kept going on, 5-1, 75 minutes, in my mind
Mm,
it was done. But it's
and
football.
suddenly,
It's football. The game is not over until
until it's
after 90
over.
minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that complacency from Spain almost cost them these semifinals.
Almost. Yeah.
Because if there was just a little bit more time, like 2 minutes extra,
Fr- Mbappe, you know how Mbappe is. He loves to come. That's what he loves. He did it against Argentina, right?
yeah,
When you think they are done and dusted,
3-3.
the chickens are dead. French, their sign is chicken. The chickens are
Mhm.
dead. Then you see them, they rise. You see, I bet 2.5, and I was
I bet over 2.5. I was betting too shy. I know, right? The amount of
who did you
goals that
bet
came,
on?
the amount of goals that came in into the game,
Who did
man.
who did you bet on?
Like he bet like the amount of goals.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, and the
wow.
amount of goals that he scored in the game,
That's just ridiculous. It was
5-4.
like a basket. Like if you didn't watch the game, feel like it was a penalty shootout.
I know, right?
You
But
didn't watch if
it shows you how strong the two sides are, though. It shows you
okay,
how
see, I
strong the
just
two
bet
sides are.
over 2.5 goal
Yeah,
total
total goals.
goals.
Yeah,
Yeah. Wow.
it shows you how crazy. It shows you how crazy the sides are. Because France is a very, very strong side, but Spain, they've owned France. Like after this game, losing to France again yet in another semi-final.
Yeah.
Ah, man,
It's ridiculous.
they've owned France. They've owned France. But what if Spain win the UEFA Nations League? How does that change the conversation when it comes to the Ballon d'Or? Because there's a lot of PR coming out. PR from Barcelona,
Yeah.
PR from PSG.
Yeah.
PSG have an agenda. Even France, they
Yeah.
have an agenda to push Ousmane Dembele to the
Yeah.
forefront of that Ballon d'Or conversation. Barcelona and Spain, PR is coming out for Lamine Yamal to be pushed to the
Yeah.
forefront of that conversation. So it's just kind of like, who is going to be the person that will actually win it? Because they said Ousmane Dembele won Champions League. Yamal did not win Champions League.
True.
Is it just
You
about
can
Champions
you
League? Because what if Lamine Yamal wins the UEFA Nations League?
you can't the thing is that you can't really, I'm not sure, even if Yamal wins even if Yamal wins this Nations League,
Mhm.
anyways, he had a treble. That's another thing, right?
Yes.
He had a treble. So you're right. I understand what you're saying, but now would they want to? Would it be worth it giving Ballon d'Or to Dembele?
I made a video
I
today
don't
on
think so.
I made a video today on TikTok, right?
Yeah,
Comparing talking about how stats in football can be
yeah,
very, very deceiving. They might not
exactly.
show you
Yeah,
a true
yeah.
picture
Show you the
of
true
the
thing
ability of that
of
player,
the player. Yeah,
right? If you look at Usman Dembele stats, we've done it
yeah,
so many times on this live. You
yeah.
look at Lamine Yamal stats, you compare the two. Somebody can still say, "Oh, even he said, can you still give it to Salah?" Let's bring Salah.
Nah.
Wait. Let's bring Salah into that conversation, right? Talking
Okay.
about football stats.
Yeah,
You look at Salah, you look at Usman Dembele, you look at Lamine Yamal. Just
yeah,
stats.
yeah.
People will say, "Give Salah Ballon d'Or," because
Based on
Salah,
stats only.
based on stats only, because Salah has the highest GA. In fact,
Mm-hmm.
broke the Premier League record for
For
GA.
GA. Yeah,
He had
yeah.
double digits in assists and goals
And
this
goals.
season.
And is the only player to do him and Width around Europe.
This in the whole of Europe,
Yes.
you're the only player
To
to have
get
double digits in
double
goals
digits
and
and
assists
assists
in their league.
in Europe.
in Europe, yeah,
Yeah,
in their league in
in
Europe.
their leagues. Yeah,
So that looking at that, that will tell you Salah should be at the front runner, but that is
yeah.
not enough. Does Salah show up in every big game? No,
No, no, no.
he only shows up in some big games. There are some big games he doesn't show up in, right?
Yeah,
But Lamine has been consistent. People talk about his finishing, that he doesn't score a lot of goals. He should score more goals.
yeah.
Fair. But does he have double digits assists this season? Yes, he does.
The
Has he
player
been,
of his stature, you expect him to have double digit assists.
because he's not looking to score
Yes,
all the time.
yes. And I think it was on one of the lives, SSB was on the chat and said, based on the shots on goal he has, like towards, he should be scoring more.
Yeah.
Do you get? So I feel like he's young. That is the only part
But
of the game
that based
left.
on the shot of goal, right?
Yeah.
But looking at it from a highly critical point of view.
Yes.
Because why can't we say the same thing for Salah, same thing for Usman Dembele? Based on the shots on goal you
On
have,
goal,
you
yeah,
should be
you should be
scoring more.
scoring more. True. You're right.
It's not like
You're
these
right.
players. Yeah, these players
Yeah.
somewhat play different positions.
Yeah.
Dembele primarily was playing as a 9 this season,
Yeah.
or playing on the wings,
Yeah.
right? On the right wing or as a 9.
Yeah.
Lamine plays on the right wing.
Yeah.
Salah plays on the right wing,
Yeah.
right? Salah has scored a lot of goals. He's more direct, right?
All of
But
them play right. Yeah.
all of them play right primarily.
Yeah.
But when you do the eye test on each player,
Yamal.
big game to big game,
Yamal is ahead of all.
competition to competition,
Yeah.
Euros, UEFA Nations League, Champions
Champions
League,
League.
even in
Everything.
league games,
Yeah.
without a doubt,
Yamal is ahead.
Yamal is the best player in the world.
But the thing is that, so okay, let's narrow it down. If they get to this final, I have a sneaky feeling that Portugal can win too.
Because of who? Cristiano Ronaldo?
No, just like, I don't know, this Portugal side, they are just, I
Do
don't know,
you?
they are just a bit weird.
Yeah,
Do
he
you?
said this year belonged to Salah until March. Yeah,
Yes, yes.
until
So
March. After
yeah,
March, he was just like,
yeah.
it was
So
done.
so so that's the thing. Like,
Mm-hmm,
they're a bit weird in the sense that you can't really predict.
mm-hmm.
They are hit and miss. If they are hit in the final, they score, right? And they'll probably sit back. But I don't know how.
Exactly.
But no, no.
I was waiting
Wait,
for him to
you
finish
guys
his
should wait.
statement. I
Let
was
me
waiting for you to
land.
finish your statement.
Let
Finish,
me
finish.
land. But
Yeah.
I don't know how
Mm-hmm.
Portugal is going to sit back and defend against this Spanish team, because I feel like France, they have a better defense as a group than Portugal. So
There is nothing that is
Spain,
going to stop
yeah,
Spain from
Spain should
winning.
win. Yeah,
There's
Spain
nothing that
should
is going
win.
to there's nothing that's going to stop Spain from winning.
Yeah,
This Portugal side, I'm looking forward to Nuno Mendes versus Lamine Yamal. I'm looking
yeah,
forward to that battle,
yeah.
right?
It will be a
I
good
raised it
one.
once and said maybe
That you want to see both of them
maybe there is a defender that can actually pocket
stop
Yamal.
Yamal. Yeah,
I'm
we'll
yet to
see.
see. I'm yet to see that defender, but maybe there is. This is a chance for us to see Yamal against Nuno Mendes,
No
because
Mendes.
we didn't get
Yeah,
to see that in the Champions League final, because Barca
no,
did not make it to the Champions
obviously.
League final.
Yep, yep, yep,
But
yep.
during the final of this UEFA Nations League, we will get to see Nuno Mendes versus Lamine Yamal. We will get to see Ronaldo play. In fact,
Yeah, yeah,
Cristiano
yeah.
Ronaldo versus Lamine Yamal.
No, God, it's just like the grandfather and his son. You can't really compare them.
We're not comparing them, but we get to see them go against each other,
And
right?
see, Ronaldo is always up for all those kind of competition. Do you get?
Yeah.
He's just an elder. See, Ronaldo is just an elder.
I don't think we're looking at. In fact, we sometimes we look at the Spanish team and we narrow in on Lamine Yamal.
Yeah.
Like
But there are
Lamine
other
Yamal,
guys there we don't look at.
like Yami, like Lamine is the only great striker
No,
in the Spanish team.
everybody is dangerous.
You're talking
Everybody,
about Merino,
Merino,
Zubimendi,
what's
Nico
his name?
Williams,
Williams is dangerous. Everybody
Pedri,
is dangerous.
Cucurella,
Everyone.
all the way down to Unai
Oh,
Simon. Even Unai Simon too was even doing
the
well, keeping
good
today.
goalie, good.
The amount of saves Unai Simon
He
made
made
today,
was good.
it
It
could have
was
been a
good.
bloodbath between the
Yeah,
two teams.
he's
Like you
good.
score me, I score you. You
For
score me,
you,
I
yeah,
score you.
yeah.
It could have been like that high scoring
And
game.
we'll come to the
It was a
goalie.
high scoring game, but
Now that you mention it, we'll come to the goalie of France. I wasn't really impressed. Yeah, You know why I'm saying I wasn't impressed? Because Chelsea are
Why?
looking at what's his name, Mike Mignon.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't
Minion,
impressed. I
yeah.
didn't see. I didn't. You saw in Una Simon the saves
Mm-hmm.
he was making, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the kind of saves you want your goalkeeper to be making.
To be a short stopper.
Mignon was just okay, they scored. Okay, let's go and pass. I'm like, bro, you didn't even make.
But
Anyways,
but
maybe
but
it's just to look.
you can't really blame Minion like that. Like although he,
Why?
he considered like 5 goals.
Why?
I look at this,
No,
when you
you
look
should
at
just give up keeping. You should give up doing your job,
when you look at the
bro.
amount of looking at the amount of goals that he has conceded so far, he has conceded 65 goals this season.
Plus
Add
this
another
one, plus
five.
this one, plus
Add
this
another
five
five.
is 70 now.
He has considered
His
like
value,
70,
his value that was 10 million
70
has
goals
gone
in
down.
he has considered 70 goals in 62 appearances.
That's terrible. Kingston is terrible. He didn't even. He just felt like his mind was in Chelsea. Like he's not even interested in this game.
But look at the players he's going up against
It
and
doesn't
the
matter.
goals that they scored him.
It doesn't matter.
He could
You
not
saw
okay.
this. You saw the
No,
saves Unai Simon was
he could
making
not
now.
stop Nico Williams' goal. No keeper was catching that. He could
Okay,
not
which one
stop
are you looking at?
Pedri's goal. No keeper was catching that.
Pedri's zone was the one that went to the
He chipped
side,
him
right?
to the side. He was
Okay,
diving like this and he chipped him to the other way. No
side.
keeper
Yeah,
is
you
catching
can't.
that.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
You cannot fault maybe the Lamin's first goal.
You
You can
should.
fault him. You should have caught that. But he had
Yeah.
his hands on the ball, but he's rolled in. So he actually touched the ball. The
Mm.
pen, you have to charge
You can't
penalty.
catch.
You
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
really blame a keeper for penalty. Penalty is
yeah,
50
yeah,
50
yeah.
It's either way, right? Although there's some really great penalty keepers.
I
But
feel okay. Okay, can we conclude out of the 5 goals that Spain scored? I felt like if it was like an All Black of Atletico, Unai Simon, he could have made the attempt to save 2 of those goals.
just one.
You think just one?
Just one.
Eh,
And
if
just
it's just
and
if,
just that Lamin's one.
if it's just one, it should have been 4-4. That's what we're
Yes, if
saying.
it's just one, you
That's
have before for yeah.
yeah. So that's the difference of having a quality goalkeeper.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get a goalkeeper that his mind is there?
Mm-hmm.
He wants to save his team. He wants to keep even if it's 3-0.
Yeah.
Bro, keep because you never can tell.
Yeah,
Don't just give up.
your team
You
might
don't
get back
just
in the
give up.
game.
You just okay, they scored us. Take the ball. Go and pass. I'm like, bro, this is not 5 aside. The winner from this game gets to the Nation League final. Do you get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
imagine he put. I feel like he didn't put in. I just hope this is not how he keeps. If not, it will be a bloodbath at Chelsea Football Club. My defenders are horrible. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If this is how he's going to keep, then we're better off with Sanchez.
Now you're going back to Sanchez. You see football fans? Football
No,
fans are you guys are loyal
I
and
can't no.
disloyal at the same time.
There's one thing I will tell you. Eh?
Mm-hmm.
And I keep saying it. Sanchez is not good with his feet. He makes mistake with his feet because of the tactics of the manager. That's what is putting him in all this trouble. He's putting him in spot. But in his job as a goalkeeper, short stopping, he's good.
Mm-hmm.
I can categorically tell you that out of those 5 goals, Sanchez, there's one of them. I saw one that I don't know the one you mentioned now. I know that Sanchez will make. And Sanchez is tall. I feel like even Sanchez might even be taller than Mike Pinion self. I feel like he's taller. So maybe Sanchez should stay back as second keeper because this Mike Minion deal,
When I told you that
I'm skeptical.
Minion might come to Chelsea and be the next Onana, you said no.
I believe you.
You said
I
now
believe
now
you.
we never know
I
Chelsea going to
believe
believe
you.
me.
After I considered this 5, I believe you. Yeah.
Wow. Man,
Yeah, I
that's
don't know.
funny.
I'm so skeptical now. Like I've just think, bro, they just scored you again. They just scored you again. How are you going to save us?
No, but
Premier League.
the goals were very good.
I know
The
because
goals
I
were,
I can't
Nico's
blame him.
goal is not
I
catching.
can't blame him for everything, though.
Pedri is not catching.
Yeah.
Lamin's penalty was not catching. It went the wrong way.
Yeah,
Man,
me second goal.
Merino's goal.
But how about that one?
Merino's goal is a
How
bit
about that
tricky.
one?
But the way Merino placed it, he played the
Bro.
ball like It's difficult. Yeah, it's difficult. Nick Pope at Newcastle, for example, is one of the best short
Yeah,
stoppers.
is
The
is
guy's
what
hands
I'm saying.
are
Is
too
what I'm
big because
saying.
he
Is
cannot kick or play out at all. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So is you hear what Big Man is saying? It's difficult, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
Pope now at Newcastle, Pope is very good in short stopping. That's the
Mm-hmm.
job of a goalkeeper.
Mm-hmm.
But the moment you start saying, "Oh, play out of the back and all this," you introduce if Eddie Howe has
Mm-hmm.
enforced and forced Nick Pope to play out of the back
Yeah.
like Pep 2.0
Yeah.
or Sanchez,
Mm-hmm.
right? Nick Pope will be making mistake almost every game.
I guess
Heavy.
every keeper and their
We're
ability, right?
talking about Unai. I say Unai Simon,
Spain and France. Spain versus
and we're
France.
talking about the goalkeepers.
Mm-hmm.
Could Mike Mignon have done better? Could he have saved? Me, I'm of the opinion that out of the 5 goals, maybe he could have saved that like 2, right? But Big Man is saying, see,
Yeah.
the thing is, elite ones can do it. Really, exactly. This is a W comment. If it's
Mm-hmm.
Allison or Ederson, there's a possibility that that's when you see them. That's why I mentioned O Black too.
Mm-hmm.
You will see those save. It will come out. Allison, are you telling me that Allison will be in that post for France and he will not save one of those goals?
Yeah, you save one of those
He will
goals.
save one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm saying. Like the elites, there's elite, there are elite goalkeepers, and there's
Mm-hmm.
the elite of the elites. Where
Mm-hmm.
you can put Allison, you can put
But
Ederson
looking at how much Chelsea
and O
want to
Black.
looking at how much Chelsea want to spend and pay for a keeper, can you guys afford an elite of the elite keeper?
Bro, they
His
should
his
pay
week
that. See,
his weekly salary.
see, let me even put it out here. If Mike Mignon is not, if AC Milan are not ready to take 10 million, we've agreed salary with what with if he's not ready to take 10
Yeah.
million, they should keep their goalkeeper.
Minion is just the next Onana, man.
Yeah,
He's
you
going
say
to
Mignon
flop.
isn't all that. He's just very good presence.
He just has very good presence.
Yes, he gives your defender some confidence.
Yeah.
Do you get? So that's the main thing. He's there. Oh, we have a good goalie. Your
Mm-hmm.
defense are no with Sanchez. They're always nervy.
Mm-hmm.
He said the Valencia goalkeeper as well is very good.
He will
Yeah,
go to
obviously.
Liverpool.
Yeah. You remember was it Van, his name is very long. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I know his name.
Pronounce it.
You mean Valencia's goalkeeper, right?
Yes.
Georgi Mamash
Mam
Dashvili.
yes, Mashvili or something like that.
Yeah. Mama Dashvili. Yeah.
Immediately Liverpool signed him. What happened?
Georgian guy.
You remember that game after not so long, he considered 7. You remember? Yes. Yes, he went round. It was a popular story. Like, oh, Liverpool just signs him, and he consists like say, I check. Maybe if I check it, but I
He
remember
considered
that
7 in Valencia.
I don't know, but I know he considered a large amount of goals. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
that's it. So now this Mike Mignon guy, fine, let Chelsea sign him, but bro, I'm agreeing with you on this. He might be Onana 2.0. I don't know,
Or maybe not, right?
or maybe not.
You
We
never
don't
can
know,
really
but
tell.
Onana is bad actually. Maybe not
Honestly,
as
this
bad as Onana.
Georgie guy from Valencia,
Rashvili.
Mama M- Mama Dash. I'm not going to attempt. I'm not going to attempt. But I'm looking at his stats, right?
Yeah,
He has played 42 games. He has
yeah,
conceded 51,
yeah,
and he has 10 clean sheets. He has the same number of clean sheets
yeah.
as Robert Sanchez.
So would you not say? Would you say it's better than? Oh, but the
Onana
bad
is a
man,
generational
this is a
talent
W
man
comment.
keeper.
He said Onana is a
Onana,
generational talent.
I remember when I
Goalkeeper.
was watching an interview of Onana,
Yeah.
and then he was saying that yeah, before he came to Manchester United, he was the best
Mm.
keeper in the world. I imagine coming
Who
from,
gave him the
from the,
title?
I'm like, guy, you were
Bro,
not
you
the
should
best keeper
chill.
in the world. Relax. You were rated highly among some of the best,
He
but
was
bro, Nah.
I think at that time he was trying to enter the elite goalkeepers.
And they bought Soma for 10.
Ah,
That's
God.
funny.
Yeah. And Soma is so good.
That's funny.
Although he considered 5 also in the
No, but
final.
but honestly, that 5 he considered. Look at Inter Milan and the way they were playing.
They were in they were shambles.
Yeah, United they are they are funny, man. They are really funny, man. They are really funny. But yeah, it's crazy. It's really, really crazy. The game that happened today, it revealed so much to us. And I
So
really
okay,
Mhm.
are you okay? If you now after okay, let's put out some scenarios and people in the chat can comment. If Spain goes on to win this Nations League,
Mm.
do you give Yamin world best?
The Ballon d'Or, yes.
Yes, you give him.
I give him the Ballon d'Or.
Anyway, he has a four trophies. So
I think to me, I don't
and he
see
was
any
in the
player that
semi-final of the Champions League.
yeah, I don't see
So
any
he,
player
to me,
that's
he's
come
actually the
close.
best candidate.
I think
Yeah.
he's really good. He said that you must
But
who gets the Ballon d'Or?
but
Who gets the
they
Ballon d'Or?
they will
Usman
not
Dembele?
they won't give Yamal.
Who do you think will win the Ballon d'Or? Oh,
They'll probably
let's start with your top three. Who's your top three?
my top three.
Mm-hmm.
I would say top three. Yamal will be in the top three.
What's your top three?
Dembele will be in the top three.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I'm trying to add Salah, but I've not seen a strong enough reason to add him.
Who
Right?
else?
I'm now thinking. I don't know. Lewandowski. How good was Lewandowski? Was it?
Who?
No. Sorry, the guy that plays left wing for Barca,
Rafinha.
Rafinha. I'll add
Mm,
him. So
okay.
three of them. Rafinha, yeah.
Rafinha
Rafinha,
maybe. Mm.
Yamal, and Dembele.
Rafinha is definitely not winning it because
Those are the three.
Dembele is quite high on that list to win Ballon d'Or than Rafinha.
You think so?
Absolutely. I absolutely think so. Dembele won Champions League. He
Rafinha, yeah. So everybody is
If you're
saying a
going to push
common
any
name,
other player,
Rafinha,
is
right?
Rafinha.
Yeah.
Why Rafinha over Lamine? Just because of stats?
That's what say Yama will be on that.
Because of GA? Because of
Yes,
GA?
Yama will be on that list. That's what I'm saying. He
Come
will
on,
be on
man.
that top three, but he's not going to win it.
I don't. I think Lamine could win it. And if he
In
wins
fact,
it, I don't
if
think it's a bad decision if he wins it because it's been incredible.
yeah,
Okay, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this question.
mm.
Who would you rather bench between Rafinha and Lamine Yamal? You're coming to an important game. You can only play one player. Who would you bench? Play one person,
You
bench
know
one
what?
person.
Me as a coach that is coming on,
Mhm.
right? As a coach that is coming on, I look at the person that can put the ball at the back of the net. That's the first thing I think of. That's how I judge.
Who
If
would
you
you
have a
rather?
likelihood of putting the ball at the back of the net, you start first. I don't care if you can dribble or you can't dribble. I don't care. Your
Mm.
goal scoring ability is higher. I put you. You have a chance of playing more than others. That's what I look at
Yeah,
first,
I think I also consider some other PSG players.
right?
So yeah,
Oh yes, Cavastalia too is also
Cavastalia,
there.
Vitinha.
Vitinha.
So, but who would you rather play?
Um, I don't know.
You
For
still
for
not answer.
for my top three, I've already said it probably be Rafinha, Yamal. Cavastalia might
You
even
still
be
did
there.
not answer my question.
What
You're
is your
avoiding my
question?
question. My question was very direct.
Yeah.
Who would you rather play between Rafinha and Lamine Yamal?
Oh,
If you could play
Rafinha.
one and bench
I'll
one,
play Rafinha.
you really would play Rafinha.
Yes, because Rafinha is a goal scorer.
Where was Rafinha when they were losing 2 goals to Inter? Who scored the goal to start the whole comeback?
Who scored is Yamal, right?
Who assisted a lot in that game? You cannot see. That's what I'm telling you guys. Like
Anyways,
start in football.
Yamal
Who
is
has been assisting Rafinha to score? Start in football is not enough. People talk
okay.
about how Modric won Ballon d'Or and it was not just about stats,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, because if you compare Modric stats to Messi or Ronaldo in that time,
Yeah, you
Modric
see,
will
Modric
not
is
have
not
won
good.
Ballon d'Or.
Rondo. Well, okay. See what
That is
Chevy
not
saying.
enough.
Yeah, Chevy is saying this is the rubbish you guys did to give Rodri Ballon d'Or and gave Messi Ballon d'Or over Haaland. Exactly. Right? Everybody looked at the.
Everybody
That's what we are
disagrees.
saying. They didn't look at the stats, because if you were to look at stats, you should give Haaland
But
that year.
you
Haaland had
cannot
a
look at stats
treble.
alone. You cannot look at stats alone.
Wait. The year they gave Messi, if I remember, the year they gave Messi was the year Man City had a treble.
Yes, but Messi won the
And are
World
you
Cup.
and are you telling me that no? Okay, you're right. But World Cup is the biggest trophy, actually.
They used that World Cup to give Messi.
Yeah.
Messi had one of the most incredible finals in the World
But
Cup.
at the same time, anyways, you're right.
That was the decision. Yes, I'm not in. I'm not. I don't
For
agree with the
me, if
fact
you
that
ask me,
I don't agree with the fact
I
that
should
Messi should
say
have gotten Ballon d'Or.
I think maybe you should have given, maybe at that time, if you wanted to give, you could have given Rodri or Haaland and let Messi be top three.
I absolutely agree. I don't
Yes.
agree with the fact that Messi should
Yeah.
have gotten that Ballon d'Or, 100%. But that cannot. But they made up for it. They made up for it the next season by giving Rodri, right? They made up for
True.
it the next
Because
season
they
by
know.
giving Rodri,
Yeah,
and they did
yeah.
not give Vinny, even though Vinny had an incredible year,
This season,
incredible
yeah.
season,
Yeah.
right? Fair, fair. But it was based on the eye test. Who
Yeah.
would you have a game in
Yeah.
Man City and not play Rodri?
True.
Rodri was the midfield of Man City for the longest time. When Rodri got injured for ACL,
He all
look at Man
collapsed.
City.
Yeah.
They were open. They were scoring
Yeah.
Man City anyhow. It
Yeah.
showed you how important Rodri was to the team. So
True.
you cannot tell me that Lamine Yamal is not important to Barcelona team.
And
You
is
cannot
what
tell me Lamine is not important to the Spanish team.
is what
You cannot without a doubt tell me he's not the best player in the world. So
is what
whatever
big
you're saying does not make
is
sense.
what Bagman is saying. He said, bro, bro, you
You're saying
crazy.
you guys love
Lamine
aesthetics, visually
Lamine
pleasing
is
players.
the
It's not
first.
about visually. Well, I don't understand. This comment doesn't really make any sense to me. What do you mean by visually pleasing players? Will
So
you okay?
people that
Ronaldinho,
dribble.
Ronaldinho. Do you think Ronaldinho is a good player?
No, he's good. He's
Is
good.
Ronaldinho not visually pleasing?
No, he's in that category. So
Exactly. So what
understand.
are you saying? He's scoring, he's assisting, he's visually pleasing, he shows up in big games. What are you saying? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Okay, let's go to the comment from Bagman. He said, bro, you crazy. Lamine is the first name in any team in the world right now.
Right now,
Any team in the
right,
world right now.
why would Barcelona put a $1 billion release clause on Lamine
On
Yamal if they don't think
Yes.
he's the best player in the
Austin,
world right
welcome.
now?
So Austin, we're having an argument between Yamal and Rufinha,
No,
right?
Yamal and Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, okay. So
The Ballon d'Or
who do you
conversation.
give Ballon d'Or? That's the first question. And so we had the argument that, okay, pick your top three for Ballon d'Or. I said Rufinha, Yamal, and maybe Dembele. Big man, some other people in the
Oh,
chat
that's
are
awesome.
saying you have to add some PSG players. So now the question now, the argument is between Yamal and Rufinha, who do you pick in your team?
Yeah.
Do you
But
get? I'm
yeah,
of the opinion that
mhm.
you should pick the person that scores first, that can put the ball at the back of the net. But Kingsley is saying no, right? And we have some other people in the chat that are agreeing with him anyway. So, okay,
You
what
see,
Chevy saying?
he
Chevy saying,
said, wait, but big man said he served Ronaldinho coffee in a restaurant he used to work in Barcelona. That's
who,
amazing, man.
who is that? Who?
Big man, Bagman. I mean,
Okay, Bagman.
yeah, he
Where?
said, I served him coffee in a restaurant I used to work in Barcelona. I left a tip €200 for a range. Wow,
Wow, that's
that's
nice.
really amazing, man. Wow.
Damn,
He's really a great guy. That's really cool. There's a
damn.
1 billion clause on all Madrid and backup players.
That's what That's what I'm saying. They just put that release clause so that you don't come near their players, right? They just put 1 billion so that you don't come near them. Maybe the only person that Rodrigo obviously does not have 1 billion, but I know most of the players will have high release clause. Austin is saying PSG player for Ballon d'Or, right? Yes, Austin is saying let's follow the standard. Dembele, period. And that's what I'm saying, right? The years is because we didn't follow the standard when Man City had the treble. That's why we had all these issues,
Anyways, let me
right?
first. Let me first. I went to fact check what
We
Chevy said. That is not true. There is not a $1 billion clause on all. No. And I
on
never
some
said I
players,
never said Lamine
some
Yamal
players,
is the only player that has a
some
$1 billion clause. This time around, rewind what I said. Go back and send the video. If you send me the video on my phone, I'll play the video on the live. I never said that. I said Lamine Yamal, they put a $1 billion clause on him because he's a very, very good player. If he wasn't
yeah.
a good player, if he wasn't a top player, why would they put a $1 billion clause on him? That was what I said, and that supports the argument to what I'm saying. That Lamine Yamal is the one.
He's
He,
good.
he is
He's
the best player in
actually
the world
good.
right now. You
Yeah.
cannot argue. You cannot argue with that. I don't understand.
So
I don't understand
so
what this whole thing is
so
about.
Austin is saying we should follow the standard Dembele period. He said this European tournament this year is not a prestigious one, right? Like for
Mhm.
European countries. If it was last year, then we can consider Yamal. And I agree with this comment,
Oh
right?
wow! So people have like Ronaldinho stories. Wow, that's amazing, man. That's cool.
Well,
That's really
is
cool.
anyone that has worked in restaurants in Barcelona has Ronaldinho stories like this. Wow, that's nice. Chevy saying,
Mhm.
please room. So based on if we follow the standard, I think the major, like what I was saying before, the
Mhm.
issue where we had Vini fighting and meant to win it is because we didn't follow the standard. If we follow the standard, Messi should not be getting world best because he won the World Cup, but did he deserve it? Messi has like three. We can see, yes, Messi has like three Ballon d'Ors that I can
Mhm.
say that they
Mhm.
just gave him because he's Messi. Yes,
Okay,
the one
let's.
that Lewandowski was meant to win. You remember that year? They were meant to give Lewandowski. They gave Messi. Then the next year they gave Lewandowski. It was like, what are these people doing? There was even one they were meant to give Xavi. If you remember, those if people in the chat that have watched
Mhm.
football for long, there was
Mhm.
one year that either Xavi or Iniesta was meant to win.
Mhm.
It was Xavi that was meant to win world best
Nobody's saying
that year.
that the Ballon d'Or is not controversial.
Yeah,
That's not what we're saying, right? We're not saying the Ballon d'Or is not controversial. We started this conversation saying if they give Lamine Yamal the Ballon d'Or,
nobody
we
will
will
argue.
not argue. That was what started this conversation in the first place.
True, true,
I
true.
never came and said Lamine must be given the Ballon d'Or. I didn't say they must give him. I did not say that. I said if they give Lamine Yamal the Ballon d'Or,
Yeah,
I don't think I will feel any type of way about it.
true. And
Especially if he wins this UEFA Nations League, giving the treble season,
yeah,
giving Euros, they won Euros, and every other achievement he has had, the eye test. I am saying that
yeah,
if he wins Ballon d'Or, I will
yeah,
not feel a type of way about it. That is what I said.
yeah.
But if they give another player, then who? That was what I said. Okay, Chevy and guys in the comments, tell us your top three players that you think should win Ballon d'Or.
Yeah,
Tell us your top three players. Because whether you like it or not, I feel like Lamine is in the top three players that should be on that list for Ballon d'Or.
yeah.
It makes no sense that Lamine is not top three. If you don't think Lamine is top three, tell
No,
us tell us your
Yami
top
is
three.
top three. We can't. We obviously
We're
everybody
not
can't
just
argue
looking
that.
at nations. We're not just looking at Nations League. But Nations
Yeah.
League is a trophy in addition to all the other trophies that he has gotten. We're not just looking to Nations League.
So okay, let's let's go back to Chevy's comment. Chevy is really. He said Chevy is saying you said the reason he has
It's not
one
top three.
billion
Okay,
dollar clause on him is
okay. What is
because it's
top three?
important. I'm telling you, they all have it. It doesn't all mean all
Then what is
majority.
your top three?
Okay. He say your argument is baseless. How's Yami in this conversation?
I'm still waiting for you. I'm still waiting for your top three. I'm still waiting for your top three. Exactly.
Austin is
Yamal
saying
is in Yamal is in Austin's top three.
okay. Austin is saying top three should include Dembele, Yamal, Olise,
Um,
or Mbappe.
I don't know about Olise, but then Mbappe. Yeah, Mbappe. I can see Mbappe being in top three.
You think so?
I can see Mbappe being in top three. He was in Real Madrid. Mbappe was their best player to me this
Ahead
season.
of ahead of Rufinha.
Well, not ahead of Rafinha. No,
Yeah,
well, not ahead of Rafinha actually. When you
yeah,
look at it, I think Rafinha enters that top three.
yeah. Rufinha, Dembele.
Dembele,
Ah,
Mbappe, Rafinha. That's the top
oh
three.
my God, Chevy did not even put Yamal. This is
what's your reason? What's your reason
this
for
is
this?
this is
I don't
this.
understand.
This is this.
I don't even understand how. Anyways,
No,
fair,
but
fair,
he's
fair.
but Chevy's to
Let's
be
start
honest,
Dembele, Rafinha. I want to
Chevy's top three
understand
is not bad.
why. I want to understand why Lamine is not in that conversation. Why are you removing him out of it? What is your reason for removing him? Mbappe did not have a treble. Did Mbappe have a treble
He
season?
doesn't just like Yamal.
Did Mbappe have a treble season?
Chevy does not like Yamal.
Mbappe did not have a treble season. Madrid did not win La Liga. Or did they?
I didn't even know I did not know Olise had a great season, to be honest. I wasn't aware because I don't obviously follow.
These
Bagman,
arguments.
if you were to give your top three, what would it be? Wow, Chevy is really. Let me go. I'm just enjoying these comments people are giving me. Austin is reminding us of 2010 World Cup when they gave a Messi instead of Xavi. Chevy is saying when the Nations League become important. We didn't say it's important. It's just an additional. He said, "I'm happy." Austin is saying, "I'm happy that FIFA World Best is now separate from Ballon d'Or." Exactly. Ronaldo won it. You laughed. He said, "You guys now take it as important. He's not top three, top five. Yes, okay. At least he's agreeing that he's top five." Olise plays well for Bayern and France. Chevy is saying,
This is blowing my
Chevy is
mind.
saying, I like this. Chevy is saying, when
Bagman's
did
top three is Lamine, Dembele, and Salah.
Chevy is saying, so when did the best player of the year become a trophy thing? Why didn't Jorginho win it that year? He won.
Are you?
Yes, you remember.
I ask
Yes,
you, but
Chevy.
I am asking you.
I like
I'm
this
asking you
comment
right.
from Chevy.
I'm asking you right now. I'm asking you
Yeah,
right now. Right, Rafinha, Yamal. You want to play one player. You want to keep one player on the
player.
bench. Who? Who? Who has a higher chance of entering every team's top 11 starting right now?
Chevy is saying, Chevy is being ruthless this evening. He said Rafinha won everything. Yamal won. He even scored
But
more goals, more GA.
no, but who is supplying him the assist? That's exactly what I asked you.
But who is putting it at the back of the net?
Does Lamine Yamal not score goals?
But he misses chances. He misses a lot. A
Ah,
lot.
you guys are funny.
To me,
You guys are you
in
guys
my
are
list,
funny.
my own list is Dembele, Yamal, and
Bro, it's a
Rafinha.
little avoid. I know, right? I know. I know. Yeah, exactly. I'm telling you, like, you cannot right now in the world,
Yeah,
any like unless you're just being biased. Unless you're being biased,
yeah.
there is no
Rafinha
way
tried
you
to.
tell me that
Yeah,
Lamine Yamal is not in top three conversation for Ballon d'Or.
he has
There
to
is
be there.
no
He has
way
to
you
be
tell me
there.
that. You might tell me that. You might tell me that. You might tell me that. Yes. What do you call it? You might tell me that yes, you should not win it because Dembele won Champions League. UEFA
Yeah,
Nations League is not an important trophy. Yada yada yada. Dembele had a great season. Dembele won Champions League. Dembele gave you contributed heavily to the PSG winning team. Whatever. Fine. Dembele wins Ballon d'Or. I don't feel the type of way about it. That was not the point of the conversation.
but do you know? Do you know
I
something?
don't feel the type of
Like
way about it. But you cannot say
you know.
top three that mean is not there.
So no. But Kingsley, you know something? We asked for opinion, right? He gave his top three. Yamal is not there now. When the votes go out for Ballon d'Or, right? I think it's 100 journalists around the world. I think it's 100. I don't know if it's 100 or you can fact check that. But I know there's a certain number of journalists. They send them and they come back with like a name, right? And they collate or maybe three names. I don't know how many names, right? But there's one consistent person that will be in most people's list. If it's one name, then it might be harder for Dembele to enter, right? If it's more than one, maybe three names they submit,
Mm-hmm.
Dembele will be on practically every list.
Yeah. Is it 100 journalists actually
100. Okay, I got it.
from the top 100 FIFA ranked nations?
So how many votes do they have? Is it just one name they submit or three?
Um. Okay, let me check. Let me check how many votes there are. But there are other people that vote. There are other. other categories, right? Like the Yashin Trophy and Copper Trophy. But then wait, let me see. Let me check.
Yeah, so if it's more than one player there to suggest, Dembele has a chance of winning it. Do you get what I'm saying? More people will push Dembele's name forward. You get. I think we should have a special episode where people on the chat can call in. What do you think?
You can call in right now. You can call my phone. You want to talk, you can call in right now. There's no need to wait. For a special. You can call in right now. For the men's Ballon d'Or, 30 players are nominated for the vote. 30 players are nominated. These nominations are put together
Us in
by a
same Ballon d'Or
collaboration
people
between journalists
are
from
back
France.
are backer bias. FIFA should simply give Dembele. Exactly. Yes, FIFA should just give Dembele and let's be done.
If Dembele wins it, no problem. I don't
True,
have
no
it. I don't feel any.
problem.
I don't feel any.
No
I
one
don't
will
feel any
feel
type of
aggrieved.
way.
Yeah,
I don't feel any type of way. If
yeah.
Lamine wins it, I don't feel any type of way. But you
True.
cannot tell me top 3 players in the world, Lamine Yamal is not in your top 3. It's absolutely insane for you to say that right now. Forget what is aesthetically pleasing players. Guy, he's a player. He's supposed to play. He plays well. He's aesthetically pleasing. What do you want him to do about that? Like, well, I don't understand how that is a
Big
thing.
big Bagman dropped a comment. You want to read it?
Wait, it's calling in.
So Bagman,
Yeah, talk.
The points that you're making. So I'll give you this first two. The only reason why Lamine Yamal is in you guys' conversation is because he's 17 years old.
Can you hear this?
Lamine Yamal is
it's not very loud.
Lamine Yamal is
Can you speak louder?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah.
If Lamine Yamal is having the same season Salah had right now with 20 something like goal and assist, he had almost 40 something in the Premier League. Lamine Yamal is going to be number one. Do you get? You guys are not going to be playing Salah. You guys are not going to be putting Salah behind Lamine Yamal. If Lamine Yamal won Champions League and he treble right now, carrying his team, right now, nobody's going to be arguing it that Lamine Yamal should win Ballon d'Or. If Lamine Yamal had the European Golden Boot, scored over 40 something goals in the whole of Europe, having almost 50, if not 50 goals and assists, nobody's going to be arguing. Lamine Yamal this season was not Barcelona's best player.
Who was Barcelona's best player?
He was not even the best player in La Liga. Mbappé won best player in La Liga. He was not the best player in the Champions League. He was not. You guys are just putting him in this conversation because he did great things and he's 17 years old. He is not. He was not the best. He's not the best player in his team right now. He's not the best player. Rafinha was their best player this season. He's not the best player in his league. How would he not be the fucking best player in the world?
In the world.
How is it possible?
He has a point.
You don't even win best player of your league.
Yeah.
You don't want to go and win the best player in the world. What competition did Lamine Yamal play this season that he was the best player and they gave him the award for the best player? No, people are just sentimental.
So best player in the league,
bro,
and trophies and GA is the criteria for us to say you win.
No, but Chevy has it. I agree with Chevy.
Anyways, let's get back to the stream. What? Let's get back to the stream. So
I actually get Chevy's point in the sense that you've not even won best player for your team, right? Rafinha won it. You've not won best player in the tournaments you played in. You've not won best player in your league. Then how do you win best player in the world? It's just like you're going.
That does
an
not mean
example
anything.
is no. An example is you are going for a Miss World tournament. I'm just using that as an example.
That analogy does not apply.
How it doesn't apply?
Because Miss World is not football.
Okay.
And football is a lot more than what you guys are saying.
Okay, but let's pack that.
Number one, Lamine Yamal is very important to Barcelona's build-up, play, and attack.
But he didn't win the best player.
Lamine Yamal did not score as many goals as Rafinha. Does not have a high G as Rafinha. Fine. Nobody's arguing that.
But the key thing is,
nobody's arguing that.
He wasn't voted the best player in Barca this year.
This fine. I allow that.
Yeah.
But that is not the only reason behind a player winning the Ballon d'Or. To me, that's not the only reason. You cannot say if you do not win, impact. What are you talking about? Impact? Are you telling me that Lamine Yamal does not have impact in the team, Barcelona team? Are you
In
telling me
terms
his
of
impact is not? Tell me where was Rafinha in the game against Inter Milan? Where was
no,
Rafinha?
no, he's
Did you
good.
see
No,
Rafinha?
the thing
Who
is
did they
that
pass the balls to?
wait,
What are you
Kingsley is
saying?
he's good that Yamal turns up in big games, but if he turns up in every single game, that same way he turns up in big games, his GA will be extremely high, right? His GA will be extremely high. I
That's
know
not true.
he's a creator.
Okay,
Do you get what I'm saying?
let's go back to his GA. Let's go back to his GA because I don't know why we're even having this argument because I feel like this should have been wrapped up a long time ago. But fine, let's go back to his GA.
Bagman is saying, say one question is, which player does every club want to have? The answer is Yamal because he's
Yes.
so young. Another question is, for the next season, who do you want for 1 year at a top level? Austin is saying Yamal is definitely top 3. He's improving day by day. Chevy is saying you all are sentimental because he's 17, he's great. Yes, he's great, but he's not top 3. One question for Kingsley: did Yamal have better season than Salah this year? To answer that question, did he?
Okay. Let's get into the question. Let's get into the
Yeah.
question because this is just I don't know why we're dragging this.
Oh,
Okay.
Yamal had 43 and Dembele had 48
Yes.
as of this Thursday.
Yes, I was about to read the stat, but Samuel, thank you for dropping that stat. I was about to drop that.
Okay.
I was about to drop Yamal's
Thank you,
GA
Samuel.
because
Yeah.
it looks like we don't know
That's
Yamal's
not
GA.
far off.
But
That's not
well,
far off.
no. Thank
Wow.
you, Samuel. Thank you very much because I was bringing the stats before I will answer Chevy. Now let's go back to the core of this debate.
Yeah.
The core was if Lamine Yamal wins the Ballon d'Or, would we feel some type of way about it?
I won't be angry.
Like he doesn't
No.
deserve it.
No. I won't be angry.
That was the conversation, and
Yes.
I said that we will not feel some type of way because he's a player that deserves to win the Ballon d'Or, and in this season he's top 3. Now let's go to the question that he asked me: Salah, Yamal this season, who are the better season? I will tell it to you. In the league, in the EPL and in league games, I give it to Salah. But overall picture, this entire season across all competitions, Yamal had a better season than Salah. You cannot come out and say that Salah had a better season than Yamal just based on GA. You cannot say that just based on
There are
stats.
some games
It's
that
absolutely
Salah
outrageous
ghosted
in
from
football
match.
to only look at stats.
I
Stats
think Big
doesn't
Man
give you a
mentioned
clear
it in the
picture.
chat. Yeah.
Stats doesn't give you a clear picture of this guy.
Chevy is saying, laughing out loud, clown.
Stats doesn't give you a clear picture of the player.
Yamal
There were games that I watched. I am a Liverpool fan. I've watched most of our games. There
and
were
you were
games that Salah
disappointed with
ghosted
him.
in the game.
Yeah.
Salah does
I
not turn up
watched
on every
some of
big
those
game.
games too.
We
Yeah.
had Champions League game against PSG. Where
Yeah.
was Salah against Nuno Mendes? Where was Salah?
Bro, he was cooked.
Where was Salah in the Champions
Yeah.
League?
Yeah.
They kicked us out in the round of 16.
And everyone expected Salah to turn
Lamine
up.
Yamal carried
Yes.
in a don't let me curse on this live. He carried this thing in the semi-finals against Inter Milan second leg. You cannot tell me.
Chevy is throwing it back to you. Say so Yamal did not ghost. But Austin is not trying to say Barca could have easily been in the final. And I agree with that. It could have been, the fact is, the fact is,
a conversation.
Inter Milan were just lucky to creep into that final.
Inter Milan were lucky to get to the final.
In fact, it should have been PSG back.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
You're telling me, Yamal did not win best player in the Champions League. Yamal did not win
Yeah.
Okay, let's give him next season. You don't want to give Yamal Ballon d'Or? Okay, forget it. Don't give him Yamal Ballon d'Or. Let's wrap up. Don't give him Ballon d'Or. You cannot deny it is bias. You're saying we are sentimental for saying because he's 17, he should be in top 3. No. It is because he's 17 that he's doing this at 17 that is making us feel like he should be top 3. How many 17-year-olds are doing this? Yamal is the best 17-year-old footballer in the world.
Okay,
Yamal
but
Chevy, what are you saying?
Chevy's, I understand Chevy's point of view, right? Chevy's opinion is like, okay, let's warm Yamal up first. He gives that level of consistency, then we give him next season, but not this year. As far as Chevy is concerned, Yamal must not win that world best this year.
I'm not even trying to this conversation is like making my mind explode.
No, and
I'm not even trying to say like Yamal should win Ballon d'Or. I didn't even say that.
Chevy has mentioned this thing on the live before. He says he needs to see consistency. Let Yamal replicate what he's done this season. Let him replicate it again Do you get no injuries? We know that he's here to stay. Do you get what
Fine.
I'm saying?
I just the whole
Austin is
the whole
saying,
story,
bros, take it easy.
bro. Like my neck is about to explode because of this whole thing. I'm like this conversation too. I don't know how this conversation even got to this point in the first place.
It's Yamal that is causing this. You see it. Yamal is causing this problem for everybody. That's why he has a $1 billion
Okay. I want to ask. I
release
want to ask
clause.
this question. I want to ask this question.
Yeah.
If Yamal had won Champions League, if
Mm,
Barcelona had won Champions League, right, would the conversation be
yeah.
any different? This question is for Chevy guys in the chat. Guys in the chat, if Yamal had won Champions League, would the
Yeah.
conversation be any different? Given the
If
GA that he has, his GA is just five away from Dembele. Given
yeah.
that, do you think that the conversation will be any different?
If Yamal won Yamal won Champions League, he's definitely Ballon d'Or. Definitely. Like that's all is done. They'll just give it to him. That's what I think. I might be wrong, but that's what I think, right? Chevy is saying if he replicates Rafinha's season, no wahala, top
But
three.
Rafinha season, guy,
The
Rafinha season is based on GA. That's what
yeah,
is that what we are saying? Based on just
Austin
goals.
Austin is saying the Yamal I watched in Euros last year and against Inter is on Messi level. If Baka say if Baka won it, it's still freaking Rafinha. It's still freaking Rafinha. Rafinha has 20 plus G in Champions League alone. Right? You say if Baka won Champions League, then it's Yamal. My point is, whatever metrics, Rafinha is ahead this season. Football is about they will not care of we've dribbled. The only thing I remember when you play games is the score. What was the score? Who scored? Who did assist? No one remembers the creators.
Football is about goals. If football
It's
is about
about
goals,
goals.
if football is about goals, then why did Rodri win Ballon d'Or?
Okay, that's a good one too.
Football is just about goals. Football is not just about goals. Stop. You guys should stop that rhetoric.
But we
That's
saw the
wrong.
reason, Kingsley.
Goals are. I'm not saying goals. I'm not saying
No.
goals are not important. I'm not
Yes.
saying GA is not important.
Yeah.
Yes, it's not just aesthetics, bro. It's not just. It's what he contributes to the team.
Actually,
It's what he
we
contributes to
saw
the
the
team.
reason they gave Rodri that Ballon d'Or because
It's
they
fine.
removed him. They removed Rodri from the Man City team and everything collapsed. We saw the impact he had for Man
It's
City
impact.
and he had for Spain.
It's impact.
Do
That's
you
what I'm
get
trying
what
to
I'm
tell you. It's
saying?
impact. It's not just
So
goals.
yeah,
Like goals, yeah, goals are really good. High GA, like for example, Salah is really amazing, right? High GA, had a terrific season, great
yeah,
season, right? But when I look at Salah impact, game to
mm,
game to game to game to game, over time, yes, it's consistent, but there
yeah,
are just some games you look at it and you're like, wow, I'm yet to see Lamine Yamal just ghost with the way Salah can ghost in a game.
in a
You get
game.
what I'm saying?
You're
That
right.
does not mean that Salah is not dangerous. That does not mean Salah is not amazing.
That's the
But
thing with
guy,
Salah. Yeah.
it's not just aesthetics when it comes to Lamine Yamal. It's not just aesthetics, and that's what I'm telling you. You're saying we're looking at dribbles and the way it's
But
not just that.
the thing with
He
Yamal is
adds
if
that
you
to
give
his
him
game.
space, if you are not awake, he's gone.
He scores, he
Yeah.
assists, it's part of the build-up play.
Even
He's
Rafinha
impactful.
dribbles. You know Rafinha dribbles too. I hope you know he dribbles.
I'm not saying he did not have God.
And he scores the goals that Rafinha scored.
We're
That
looking
I
at the
saw.
overall picture.
No,
We're
Kingsley.
looking at
The
the
goals,
overall
some of the
picture,
goals that
the
Rafinha
overall
scored,
season.
even in the Champions League, were really good goals. Right? From outside the box, inside the box, running from halfway line. Rafinha too was good. Right? Chevy is saying, didn't Rafinha have an influence? He say, are you okay? Hear yourself. He say, you're acting like Rafinha was just good. Rafinha
Rafinha.
was
Wait,
good
listen.
too.
In the league, Rafinha 36 appearances.
Yeah.
Rafinha had 18 goals, 9 assists. In the
In
league,
the league.
that's Rafinha, right?
Yeah.
In La Liga,
Yeah.
18 goals, 9 assists.
Yeah.
Yamal, right?
Yeah.
35 appearances, 9 goals, 13 assists.
Yeah. The goals. He needs to improve on the goals, John. I think so.
So
I think
is
so.
it just goals? if you calculate their total GA in the
Mm.
league, right, it's a difference of 5.
True.
It's a difference of
It's a
5.
difference of 5. Even with Dembele, it's a difference of 5.
It's a difference of 5. It could be 5 goals. If Yamal has scored 5 goals or made 5 assists, he had the exact same GA in the league in less games with Rafinha. So what are you saying?
This comment from Austin is actually important. I look at it. You say if you look at goals stats
Goal
only,
stats only, yeah. Then
then
Rafinha is
Rafinha is
above
above
Yamal. But
Yamal.
for
But
me,
for
I
me,
look at team
team
impact
impact in tough
that is
situations.
exactly
That's
what
what you
I'm
are saying.
saying.
Because
That's
it's in those
exactly
tough
what I'm
situations.
saying.
Yeah.
Yamal always turns up. He always turns up. That's what I'm trying to tell Chevy. Like, I'm not saying that give him the Ballon d'Or, this season. That's not what I said. I said if he gets the Ballon d'Or,
We will not be angry.
I will not feel like,
We will
oh,
not
they
be
cheated
angry.
anybody, because he had
No.
an amazing season.
Yeah.
Euros and across all competitions. You're talking about GA. We say he needs to score more goals. This is us nitpicking at that player. He's 17 years old. He should not be doing this. Are you not understanding? He should not even be top 5 of Ballon d'Or conversation. He should not be doing this. But he's doing this at this level. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Jeremy say I like this. He said, didn't Rafinha score in tough situations? Yes,
In the
actually,
match
he's
against
a good
Inter,
boy. He
when
said,
Barca were losing,
how
who
did
were they
they?
looking to provide a solution? A freaking 17-year-old. Talk about team impact,
Samuel
man.
is saying in a match
Yes.
against Inter when Barca were losing, when you're looking for no someone to provide solution, a freaking 70-year-old boy. Talk about team impact. Impact, man. Yeah. Actually, that's a big fact. Huge fact, actually. It's a huge fact. It's a huge fact.
I'm really sure. I'm not saying
What Chevy saying? Chevy's
Rafinha goes. We were even saying Ancelotti wasn't going to play him for Brazil because of how bad he hurt Madrid. Nobody's saying Rafinha is not an amazing player. Rafinha is an amazing player. He had an amazing season. In fact, when we were even talking about, remember we talked about Ballon d'Or some lives ago, right? And we
yep,
were
yep, yep.
mentioning our top 5,
Yeah,
and Rafinha was there, and you were
yeah.
surprised. And I read you Rafinha's G.
Yes, and I
I
was
was even the
surprised.
one. I was even the one telling you that Rafinha had an amazing season.
This
It's crazy,
season, yeah, I
blah blah blah.
remember you telling
And
me.
at that point I said Yamal is in my top 5, right?
Yeah.
But more
After
recently,
today, it
that was
changed.
this live was like wait, before even Champions League semifinals, right?
Oh yes,
After Champions League
in
semifinals,
semifinals.
after
Yeah,
semifinals with Inter, I moved
yeah.
Yamal high on my list, and I was like, not just top 5 for me actually. I
It has
think
to be top
he
3.
has to be like, in fact, top 4 or top 3,
Yeah,
right? And then after today's game,
yeah.
I am convinced, right, without a doubt,
Mm,
Yamal is in that top 3.
yeah.
Without a doubt, he's in top 3. If you're going to say
I believe
if
Yamal
you're going
should
to
be in
say
top 3.
Dembele, if you're going to say Dembele,
Yeah.
Rafinha, Yamal, I will not disagree with you.
Austin is saying, he said another issue is Spain appears to be better than Brazil, obviously.
They have better players, a stronger team. You know, they definitely, yeah, way better.
Chevy is saying whatever you think now your pockets.
I can read it. You're reading it back to
I
me.
just reading it for you so you know what he said. In case you saw it, then you wanted to skip that comment.
I read
Right?
it.
I'm reading it to you so that you can hear that he
See,
said that.
guys, I know I'm passionate sometimes when I share my opinion, but I'm telling you guys my opinion because that's how I strongly feel. Sure, it's
Yeah.
just my opinion. My opinion doesn't have to be right, but it's my opinion, right? It's based on how we see the game, based on how we watch the
And
game.
it's also
But
Chevy's opinion
it's
to
also Chevy's
remember that.
opinion. Fair.
Yeah.
Everybody's opinion matters. Is football. Everybody watches the game
Yeah.
from their own perspective. But I'm just telling you guys, like, stats alone in football can be deceiving
Yeah.
sometimes,
I think
right?
we
Not all
discussed
the
that
time.
yesterday.
I said that even beginning of this live. Like, stats alone can be deceiving. GA, all these things. Some people are penalty merchants. They just score penalties and rack
And
up goals
penalty.
and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
You
yeah, yeah.
understand? But when we look at overall impact, we can't deny the fact that Yamal has been super impactful internationally and as well as club.
And club wise.
Some players will be great in club, they will ghost international. I can call one player off the top of our head and everybody here will say yes. Foden.
Oh,
Everybody will say yes. Foden himself has even ghost club.
ghosting for club.
Yeah,
Since
so
yeah.
you get what I'm saying? So, like, it's just amazing that a 17-year-old right, is able to perform at this level,
At this level, actually,
both
yeah.
for club and
And
country,
country, yeah.
right? And he's able to score goals, assist, all these things. Yes, we're saying he needs to sharpen it and do the J. Fine. But what
But
I'm
even for
telling
a
you guys is
17-year-old, I think it's good. It's
it's
good
quite
enough.
crazy. But what I'm telling you
Yeah.
guys is, me personally, if he's high on that list for Ballon d'Or or they even give it to him, I
Yeah.
will not feel some type of way about it.
Yeah.
Because he's incredible, bro. He's had an incredible season and he's very impactful. And we cannot deny that. And him being impactful does not mean other players are not impactful too. That doesn't mean
Yeah.
Rafinha is not impactful or Dembele was not impactful for PSG.
And
If
the funny thing,
Dembele is more high on that list to even win it.
they could also play the final, and Yamal has more GA than
More
Dembele.
GA. He might even score,
Hat
get
trick.
some assists and score
Yeah.
score some goals in the final. But whatever.
Please, Kingsley, read this comment from Chevy.
I've
I
read
won't
it.
read it.
I've read it. I've read it.
Okay, let me read it out.
You
You say you
17.
keep saying 17-year-old. It's football. I think you don't mind age, actually. You keep
Mhm.
shouting 17, 17. He should go and win Kappa trophy
Copper trophy
on
for under
under
20 players.
23.
Fair. To me, fair, you should win Copper trophy. Fair. But you and my both, we've been on this live a lot for you to understand my reasoning when it comes to football and age. I
Yeah,
say
you
it
say it doesn't mean
all
anything. Yeah.
exactly. I say it
Yeah,
all
if
the
you
time
can
that
play.
age doesn't mean
Yeah.
anything. If you can play, you can play. But
Okay.
this is just a shock for a lot of us that a player that is 17 is
Mm,
playing like you expect a 25-year-old to play.
to play. And that's a
It's just a
generational
shock
talent,
for
right? Yeah.
you understand. It's just a shock, and that's why I keep saying 17. It's not like I'm trying to like you understand, but that's just why I keep bringing up 17. But to be honest, I think football is young. Like
Samba.
19-year-old Jude Bellingham, was also doing things right. At last year, Jude Bellingham was even high on that list when it came to
Yeah.
Ballon d'Or
Yeah.
conversations too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just what it is.
I like this one from Austin.
Everybody loves skillful players,
Austin,
aesthetics.
Austin
People love
saying he loves
technically
skillful
gifted
players.
players.
You see love for skillful players, aesthetics. That's why I love old Brazil. That's Samba, right? Ronaldinho, Ronaldo, Riva. Oh my God, don't remind me, please. You make me sad. Kingsley, what are your final thoughts? Let's wrap this life off. Chevy has finally admitted. You read this comment. Read this comment.
He said
W
top
comment.
3. Yeah, that's what he said. He didn't mean top 3. Just forget. Let me wrap up my final thoughts. Just forget. Just leave him. Let me wrap up my final thoughts. My my final thought on this, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Spain
yeah.
have owned France in 2 different
Different,
competitions.
exactly.
In the
Yeah,
Euro semi-final and
yeah,
now in the UEFA Nations League semi-finals. They
yeah,
own them, right? But this was a close game. It was a game where France could have easily come into the game and it could have gone extra time. Things could have
yeah,
changed.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
without a doubt, Yamal is the best right winger in the world right now.
True,
And nobody can deny that fact. He
true.
has an impact and he can get into any team right now and
He will
start.
get into every team and start, not any team, every team,
You get what I'm saying? So
every.
I'm not saying that Yamal should win
Yeah,
Ballon d'Or. That is not what I'm saying. I'm saying give Ballon d'Or, sure, give Ballon d'Or to Dembele. He won
yeah,
Champions League. He was also great for PSG.
yeah,
He has a high GA, 48 GA.
yeah,
Sure, give
yeah,
Dembele the Ballon d'Or, fine. But
yeah,
if Yamal wins Ballon d'Or, I will
yeah.
not feel some type of way about it. That is what I said. And I'm still standing on my opinion because nobody can prove me wrong that Yamal is not an incredible player and is not top 3 in the
True,
world right now.
true, true.
And that's a
What?
fact.
True. Before I give my final, let me just do some comment. Samuel is saying Yamal somehow finds a way to stand out, like in that Spain squad that has
Filled
stars.
with stars.
Stars, yeah. Chevy is saying he will start. Would he start ahead of Salah in Liverpool?
You're joking.
If I had Yamal and I had
you're
Salah
really
in
joking.
the same team, I will bench Salah.
You're really joking that Yamal will
Honest,
not start ahead of
or
Salah.
I'll put
What,
Salah as a striker.
is
I'll
it just
put
the goal
Salah as a
scoring?
striker.
Is it just the goal scoring part? Is it just
Kingsley,
the goal scoring part?
I will move Salah from right wing to being
You're
a
not
striker.
serious. Assist.
Jamal has to be on that right
Is
wing.
it,
So
is it just the
Chevy.
goal? Maybe it's just the goal scoring part. Sure, you want to start Salah ahead of him.
No,
But
no, no. You
if I'm
start
being
2 of
honest,
them. You can't bench one person. You move Salah has to change his position for Yamal to come in. Kingsley, you have Yamal and Salah on your team. Salah is your striker. Yamal is on the right wing.
Mhm.
Salah has to move. You self agree. Do you agree with that?
I agree. I
You
agree.
have to move Salah to
You
be in
start
a
vote. You
striker.
start vote. Yeah.
Yeah, Salah moves to being a striker, and Yamal stays in that right wing. So, in actual
Mhm.
sense, Yamal will start in every team. So, final thoughts for me. I think Spain is. Sp-
Just give your final thoughts. Give your final thoughts. Yeah, just
God,
yeah,
this
fucking
sorry.
true, bro. Yeah, fucking true. It's
so,
okay.
so, so, final thoughts for me is that I think
Mm,
Yamal is
mhm.
something we've all been waiting for.
Yeah.
We had this argument about Haaland and Mbappe
Mhm.
and Cristiano Ronaldo told us that if he's to pick a player between two of them, he'll pick Mbappe every time
Yeah.
because Haaland is useless without someone giving him the ball. Good.
Mhm.
Pack that. We've seen a talent now that can do things for himself, can create those chances, and can also score.
Mhm.
So to me, like you said, he's the best right winger in the world. For Ballon d'Or, world best, whatever it is, he's top three. If
Mhm.
he wins it, fine. If he doesn't win it, I hope he wins it next year. But that's all from me, right? So yeah.
All right, thank you guys for joining our stream. Chevy, shout out to you. Austin, Bagman,
Samuel,
Samuel, thank you
yeah,
for joining our stream. All you guys are
Dorcas,
commenting.
yeah,
Guys, don't forget, we're live
Batman.
every single day, 6 p.m. CST. Convert that to whatever time zone you're in or you're at. And make sure you subscribe to our channel if you've not already done so. We're on
On
the
the
road
road
to
to 3K.
3K subscribers. And don't forget, June 20. June
SSB.
SSB, you missed the whole conversation, bro. You missed the whole conversation. But
Oh
don't
my
forget,
god.
June 20, we are having a showdown. Chelsea versus Flamengo. If Chelsea lose to Flamengo, we'll be here to laugh at Andy. If if Flamengo win Chelsea, sure, we're here to celebrate with
Two,
you.
two Brazilian fans
The two
challenge me on the
Brazilian
chat.
fans challenged him. They said they are going to be back June 20, or in fact, they should come back anytime to our stream. But they're going to be back June 20. It's on. I know, right? Turkey was a player that we did not get the chance to talk about today, but Turkey was actually really, really cooking today.
Bad
And
belly people, oh.
Real Madrid are actually interested in buying Turkey. They actually
Bad
said yes
belly
about
people.
it.
Austin is saying I support Flamingo with prayers.
We
Please.
pray
June
us.
20. June
But
20,
yeah, big
please.
up to you guys. Remember, we're live every day, 6 p.m. CST. You guys will catch you
And if
again
you've not subscribed, please
tomorrow.
subscribe. Thank you.
All right. Bye,
Bye.
guys. Ciao.